What is going on, everyone? Today we are installing a Nismo V3 back bumper. We just had this mocked up right now, but we're going to be transferring everything from the stock 350Z back bumper to this one. We cleared these reverse and turn signals in a different video, so check that out. And then we're going to be epoxying the new tabs into the back here to put the grill in. So we're going to be doing a lot today. We also are painting that the actual bumper, the bash bar back there. It's factory, so we're just painting it black because you can see it through there. So we're going to be installing this. Let's get to it. So our first step to mounting the back bumper is installing these grills. They were just put on by these clips. We have 22 of them. That's what they came with. So we used 5 over here, 6 on this, 6 on the other one, and then 5 on the other one. But this is our template. So pretty much the corners in the middle, and then for these side grills, we have 2 down here. The clips cannot go in on the side because this grill only allows the clips to go up and down. So we couldn't put one on the side here unless we modified it. But we just put 2 clips down here, more to the right side of this, so it reinforces this. It's actually really strong, and it's on there just like all the other ones are. So 2 up here, 1 on the side, and then 2 down there. Now we're gonna do the other side and show you how to do it. It's literally just peel and stick. And then we read on the forums that a lot of people complain that they fall off. And you can see that because you're sticking onto a rough fiberglass surface. So it's not smooth like paint where it could stick. It's fiberglass and it's rough. So we're gonna put epoxy on these later today, so it might be dark outside, so we're not going to do it now, but we're going to put epoxy on the right and the left and just reinforce it. That's our idea, so we'll see you when we get there. And then all these clips, they are faced in the direction of it being a hook, so the grill gets hooked there. So what we're doing for even the bottom down there is having the hook being hooked down. If you understand how it works, it's going to be hooked just like this, being as the top. So it's always hooked in place, and then for underneath, it'll be like that. And then you just bend the tab over. So it's pretty simple stuff, but I just want to give you all the information because there's not really any videos on this, and this is how we decide to do it. So we're just gonna put these in. Make sure when you bend these tabs out that you apply pressure to the clip, or else you're just gonna be pretty much pulling it. So, and then you want to try to keep it on the same line, meaning, you know, like it's an even piece. So just put it on either top or bottom, or do one down, whatever you decide that looks best. And they're probably not all cut the same exactly, so. And then you can just bend the clip just a little to get it to fit in, just like that. So this looks pretty good. It lines up with this one too pretty well. These are bent up, that's why it's a little higher. So what we did here is the second one, and then this one is actually on the third one, so we could put that to the second. Actually, we're gonna keep this one on the third one because how this works out, this clip is in this second one. So whatever works best for you, there's definitely no strategy to it. You just wanna keep in mind how all this works, and this is just how we did it. So after that, you're gonna want to bend these tabs up and these ones down. So it just locks it in place from sliding just like that. So we're gonna go back and epoxy these. So that's why we're kind of being a little brief with them, because they are not permanent right now. This is how it looks when you're done, and it looks really clean. And it's in there pretty well. So definitely adding epoxy will help. They do fall out, so be cautious about that. I mean, they're pretty in there right now, but it's it's not gonna last forever like epoxy will. So we're gonna finish up doing this one, and then we're gonna work on the other parts, and then we'll epoxy them later. So what we're gonna do now is take a break from the clips and clean this up. This is the rear bash bar. You don't see it really, but you can if you look through the grill. So we're gonna be spraying this black, but first we're gonna clean it up with some water. And we're not gonna use these tabs. If you look here in the back, one of them actually broke off. Here. These. So we're not gonna be using these to mount the bumper. This would hold the bottom of the bumper so the wind doesn't catch it and blows it around. So we're just gonna take these off and then clean this up and spray it black. We're gonna use a black like primer and paint in one, so it's more durable. It's more of like a rough finish, and that's what we want. So we're just gonna hide this thing from being able to see it pretty much. So as you can see, this is pretty caked on. This is the back though. The front was covered with that styrofoam, so it didn't really get that dirty. So we tried to clean it up as best as we could. Again, it really doesn't matter. We're just gonna be spray painting it. But you probably could either let it soak in something like Dawn dish soap, or you could go to the car wash and pressure wash it. This isn't full metal, I don't believe, because it's really light. So it's probably aluminum, so I doubt it's gonna rust. But we're just gonna spray it like this. We're gonna clean up this top, or maybe the bottom. I forget how exactly it is. And we're just gonna paint all this. So let's go paint it and clean this up a little bit better. So again, this is totally optional. We just don't wanna see the silver through the grill. So this is what we used. I actually sprayed my 69 Dart hood with this. So you can check out that short and see if this is what you're gonna wanna spray with. We definitely like how it looks. And then I just got this spray nozzle off Temu. It was like $1 or something, but they sell them in stores. Make sure the can is warmed up, not like hot, but not freezing, of course. And then we're just gonna spray this. It is the next day. We ran out of paint, and we're gonna clean this up before we put that back on. And by the way, these are 12mm bolts. So there's 4 on that side, 4 on that side. And like I was saying before, we put that back, we're gonna clean it all up. It's never been cleaned, and we're never gonna probably take the bumper off again. So that's our plan, so let's get cleaning. Okay, so now we're gonna take off all this and transfer it to the new bumper. So there are 5 Phillips head screws, so 3 on the bottom and 2 up here. So you just wanna undo them, and this should come right out. Okay, so there are 2 rivets on this side and 2 rivets on the other side to take out this sliding mechanism. This is what holds the bumper to the car. It slides in place. So we got to drill out these 2 rivets. They're metal. Pretty simple. You just want to use a drill bit that is, see, I already got one on here. The drill bit size is 5/32, 532. But I just went under with the drill bit to see if it would clear the hole. So it's pretty simple. 2 rivets here, 2 on the other side, and then 2 of these black clips. Always wear safety glasses. These ones are dirty, of course, but wear glasses because it is metal and you don't want it in your eye. So let's get to it. We're gonna drill out these clips too. We're using the same size drill bit. We don't want to bend this bracket because we don't want to not have anything aligned. It's pretty important. So we're just gonna drill these out. What we're doing here is taking off the grills. You can see one of these clips already fall off, and that is why we are using JB Weld, a 2-part epoxy. You mix it together, it reacts, and then it creates a super strong, stiff epoxy resin. So we're gonna use that to mount these tabs. Make sure to let it set for at least 6 minutes, that's what the instructions say, and then you can do the other side of the bumper. So we just bought this pop rivet gun at Harbor Freight. It was only $4.90, so pretty much like $5 pop rivet gun. And then we are using the 3/16 rivets and the 5/32 rivets. So we just did 2 right here, and we used those washers that you're seeing right now. They are 11 millimeters wide. So that's what we decided to go with. We wanted something low profile because this does sit against the body. So we're just having that like that, and the rivets would go through if we didn't have the washer also. But we wanted to have the washer, so we're riveting onto metal underneath and metal on top because this is fiberglass. So we used, there's 2 different size holes. Typically it would be a rivet and a clip from the factory. I think the clip was in the smaller one, but we used a smaller rivet and then a bigger rivet. So the 3/16 and the 5/32. So that's what we're doing right here. You can see the 3/16 and then the 5/32 rivets right there. And then we're just using the same bit that came on the gun. You could swap it out to fit the smaller one, but it's working the same. So that's what we're doing here, and we'll give you a demonstration. You want to center the washer. Just like that. You can see the other one popped out, but it will snap the top. You don't have to trim them, and that's if you just keep going down. So that's how a rivet gun works. It was literally $5, so we got no problems with it. We're just gonna keep going and do the other side. So we just got done with all the rivets and all the epoxy. So what we're gonna do now is put the back bumper on the car. So you wanna prep this area. You wanna have these upright. They only turn 90 degrees. So either like that to hold the bumper in, it would go behind these tabs, or up to free the bumper so it can slide out. So we're preparing these to have them up and down so the bumper can easily slide in. And then this sliding mechanism that we riveted, you wanna make sure it can slide in. So you want to have these the right way. So how we have them right now is the correct way, and it should be easy to just slide them right in. They can only go in one way, so it's pretty simple, but you can have this either facing inward or outward, so you want to face it outward. So that's how we have it right now. So we prep this area with these, and then put all these connections up here because it's going to make it easier to grab them. And then we have a backup reverse camera. So let's just grab the back bumper and put it up, and let's get to it. Okay, before we do anything else, we just have it resting on the exhaust right now. we are going to plug everything in and feed the backup camera through. Okay, we just got done mounting. We definitely needed 2 people to do this. The sliding mechanism, and this is fiberglass, so the sliding mechanism was really hard to do. We had to get one side in and then like back it out just a little and then work our way with the other one. So, I mean, it sounds pretty easy, but it's really not, because you don't want to crack the fiberglass. So just take your time and do it right. We did come in contact with the fender liner a lot, and then there's also a bolt, or a screw actually, right here. So the screw has a like a little divot for the hole. Yeah, if you could see. So the bumper would stop on that. So there's a lot of things that got in the way when we were putting on the back bumper. It's not that difficult if we knew that beforehand. Just make sure of the fender liner and this little bump right there, so just push it down. It's a lot of angles, and you definitely need 2 people, because this would probably fall off if we didn't. So that's what happened. Now we're doing this. This right here from Shine Auto, they didn't really line it up. So the bumper sits perfectly. It's literally just that. So we can't really drill this out and put a hole or a screw in there. So what we're gonna do is drill out either down here or just somewhere over here, because this side is thicker. It's reinforced with, like, you know, just double the amount instead of being thin fiberglass. And then there are holes down here. If you can see where my finger is, there's a hole right at the edge of it. So we're just going to put a zip tie, and we're gonna zip tie down there and then just fill it in. And this is more of a safety precaution if something does slip off, or you know, it's just like a secondary catch almost. So it's kind of like hood pins on a car if you have a first primary catch for the hood. So that's kind of like the idea. We want to do it, and if you guys like that idea, you're free to do it. So that's pretty much all there is. We connected everything. We did notice this back bumper, what is it? To open the tailgate right here, the hatch. That button is pretty loose, but once you get it on the car, it presses against the hatch, and it's actually really stiff. So we were originally gonna do the 3 screws underneath and then put double-sided tape to stick it to the bumper, so then it's like reinforced. But we thought since it would sit against here, it'd be nice and sturdy like it is. So we're just gonna do the drilling and then put the zip ties through, and then we're gonna connect the taillights, and we'll show you when it's done. All right, guys, this is it. This is how it's looking. We put the license plate on and everything, so everything actually fits really good. So this gap is gonna settle. It'll settle and push forward that way just a little, and that's all we need. And then this side actually is like really flush. So everything fits, you know, it's fiberglass. It's not OEM where it has a flex to it. This gap down here on this turn signal, there is a gap here, but there was on our other bumper too. So it doesn't really matter. It's not like stuff that you actually see. It's all here, and it fits really well. So that wraps up this video. For more videos on this, follow our build list that we have. We got more projects with this car. Like, we're gonna still put it on the wing, and then we got the Brembos, and then these wheels right here, the 380 RS wheels. We have front tires, then we're just waiting for back tires. And honestly, after that, this thing could go on the road, but we just need the Brembos. But of course, with the Brembos, we're waiting for the front rotors. So it's kind of a waiting game, so we might just put it on the road without the Brembos and get a couple videos, maybe. But that's pretty much it. We're gonna throw on the front bumper, then we're gonna work on my Supra over there. We're gonna clean the headlights, and then we're just waiting for insurance for that car, and then that thing is going to get worked on. So that'll be like any day now. And then my Eclipse down there, I had to park it down there, but we're gonna bring that back up when it's not muddy. It's snowed, so we're gonna bring that up, and we're gonna start working on that too. We just wanted to get this car out of the way, but we're gonna get that wide body on, and it's gonna look great. So See you guys next time.